Yes, ladies and gentlemen, of course it is that. If you are tapping in right now, I welcome you to Music Connect Africa. Of course, we are the hub for the music industry news, tips, insights, and entrepreneurial professionals who are the driving force behind the scenes. And today we are going to be vibing to Miss Quanny. Let me tell you, she's a voice, right? And she is a force to be reckoned with. But of course, there's no time like the present. She's here, and we are going to delve into, a younger Miss Quanny, where she is right now, and what to look forward to. Yeah, of course. Okay, each and every week we are here, and this is why we bring these entrepreneurs to you so you can go and you can, vibe with them as well and choose to work with them and as well as to tell others about them. It gives me great pleasure to highlight the players who exercise tenacity each and every week, the drive, and whom create smoother operative systems for the masses and across various playing field. Well, Miss Kwan is coming right up, okay? Do stay tuned. Hi, Miss Quanny.
Hi, how are you? Empress Rose, how are you?
I am doing well. I am doing well. Now, I must tell you, I have seen you about for years, and I tell myself, I
Hmm.
said one day I'm going to get her on an interview. I did. I've been, I've been seeing you for years, and I said one of these days I'm going to get her on an interview, and then finally, I did. Finally, yes. Um,
No time better than the present. I'm glad to be here.
Yes, I appreciate you wholeheartedly. Of course, right here, this is Music Connect Africa, where we connect entrepreneurs across the aisle, various parts of the world, so others know about your music, whatever it is that we do in the music and entertainment industry, to, keep this thing afloat as well. So for the listening audience themselves, they will get to know more about your music as well, about you. And then, you never know. You never know. Someone else might be
Perfect.
listening, and before you know it, you're in a whole different country doing a show, or, you and they are just bonding. That's what this show is about as well.
Okay, love it.
Yes. So, of course, I have heard your music before. I think you're very talented. I'm not saying that just to say it, because I've had an
Thank you.
opportunity to listen to your music as well. I do remember we were in a group a while back, and this was the first time I learned about your music.
Hmm.
I think what's her name? Sean from Music Minds is who shared it with me. So you need to listen to this. You need to listen to her, Empress Rose. I said okay, and she sent me the music, and but it probably took me like 2 months to get to it because I receive a lot of stuff. But I got to it. I was like, oh,
Hmm.
okay. I like what I'm hearing.
Thank you.
So talk to me, to all the listeners who would like to know a little bit more about Miss Quanny. Talk to me about, growing up through primary and high school. Did you have an inclination that you were going to be, delve into music? You were going to be an artist? Is this something you always dreamt about and it finally
Oh
happened?
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, for sure. Like growing up, I always knew that was like what I wanted. And I mean, everybody who knows me, they're like, she's like so indecisive about this and indecisive about food and indecisive about clothes. But when it comes to music, it's never been a question. So, I mean, I remember being really little and like being around my mom all the time. And she just loved to dance and listen to music all the time. And um, late at night, I was like one of those night owls, never go to sleep. But she knew as soon as music is on, I'm good. She played some music for me or put on like Showtime at the Apollo. And the first time I watched it, I was like, that's what I want to do. I really want to be on stage. And I had to be around like 3 years old, but I knew from that moment, I was like, yeah, I want to be on stage singing. So I've known from since I was small. I remember being in choirs, all through grade school. I've been to Catholic school all my life, so I went into the choirs, and I would write songs on the side. And like girls in the schools, the ones who didn't like me, ones who did like me, always wanted me to like sing one of my songs during lunchtime, and that's just always been something I've done. My mom always did hair growing up, and I would sing for her clients as a kid, and it was always something I really liked. So I knew from a very young age that this is what I wanted.
Isn't it amazing that you said even some persons who didn't like you, they wanted you to sing. You had haters.
Yes.
You had haters from from a very young
Can you
age.
imagine how awkward that is? Like we don't talk, but yeah, I want to hear that song that you wrote. I'm like, okay.
That's
It
all.
just shows you how powerful music can really be. Like it brings together people that you would never think. Like you think about Michael Jackson and doing like the Beat It video and having the Crips and the Bloods dancing, like real Crips, real Bloods dancing, choreographed, everything. Like music is a amazing sense of glue that is just it's crazy.
It's life changing. It's life changing.
Hmm.
We would be nothing without music.
Oh yeah, for sure. I know I wouldn't be.
Yeah. Do you remember the first song you wrote?
Um, yes, I actually my first song, I was 6 years old and it was God is by my side.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to sing it for my mom. I knew she wasn't gonna listen to nothing crazy, so that was like that was a real good one for me to write for her. But yeah, that was it was called God was by my side. And then I wrote just love songs after that. My mom was really big into like love songs. It was like Lovers Rock or like even like just regular R&B, Toni Braxton and stuff. So after that, I wrote like all these love songs. But the very first song I remember writing was God is by my side.
Oh wow. Wow. So you would say you grew up in the church, or you grew up where you were listening to a lot of gospel music, or it's
We definitely was big on church. I loved going to church every Sunday. I'm very spiritual, very religious. Some of the songs you probably couldn't tell because they're a little slack, but you know, yeah, my mom, my mom kept me rooted in God all the time. So going to church was my favorite thing. Getting the stories, getting the readings, understanding the Bible, different things like that. Like I've always connected. I've always had a strong relationship with the Lord. I don't go to church every Sunday still. I don't go reading the Bible every single night, but my relationship with God is always so strong, and I believe that's the reason why I've gotten so far where I am right now too. And that's definitely all through my mom.
yeah. It's interesting you said, I've been going to church, but of course by the music you can't tell right now. Oh, don't worry. I go on social media and I tell persons that there's one of my social media that I handle that one. And
Hmm.
you could see my personality just through the pages or whatever. And people think that, okay, I can get up one morning, I can put gospel or whatever, and it can go to another extreme where you're going to get a song with an expletive. And that's what social media is supposed to be about. That's
Hmm.
how I feel right
Exactly.
now. Like I want to cuss somebody out. So
Right. Trust me, if I want to cuss you, I'm gonna cuss you. But at the same time, I'm gonna thank God for all the blessings and everything that you did to make it better.
exactly. You do you actually remember this meme that says something like don't think because I'm a Christian I won't set it off. I remember seeing
Yes,
that.
right. Pray with me. Don't play with me.
Exactly. Oh boy. Yeah, but it's quite interesting, like growing up in primary and high school, where it is that you have these dreams and to see it play out a reality as years go by. Now I know in high school, like we have, like, when we get to like the Christmas caroling and stuff like that, we
Hmm.
have kids who will do the Christmas caroling. Were you one of those kids?
I was not, but I always wanted to be. I just we didn't do that in my neighborhood. Like growing up in Philly, you don't do that, So I never got the chance to to really do it. I was like such a dreamer growing up. And I'm like, maybe they only do that on for sure. In Philly, we wasn't doing that here.
Oh, like that. So holidays is just a bliss to me. Like when they come, I'm like, okay. So
Oh my God, no, I'm the opposite. I want to celebrate every holiday. Like any reason to celebrate something, I'm like, yes, like, and especially because, like I said, I'm very like into to God, and just the stories are so interesting to me. Like just how you believe it, why you believe it, how you process the story versus how I process it. So like just hearing the story of God every year or Jesus every year is like one of my favorites. And then usually, growing up, we have the snow to accommodate it, but lately we haven't been getting any snow, so it's been feeling very plain. But yeah, that's one of my favorites besides my birthday.
I love it. I love it. Well, on that note, I want to take a quick break. But with this break itself, I'm going to play a song with a collab with Xyclone that you did. Okay.
Yeah.
Then we come back. We're
Cyclone.
we're going to talk about this song, and I know Cyclone, and he's just like so present in everything that I'm doing today. I didn't even know you and him had a collab until recently, and I was like, what? I didn't know about this one. Yes. So I'm going to...
Me and Cyclone go back. Like, he's like my great friend. So, yeah, we knocked this one out. I'm glad you got to hear it.
All right. We'll be right back after this break.
Yeah. Run a your nigga from him cocky stuff. And if him can't make it, come tell him picture. If you not get no pleasure on your boom boom, tell a pussy what they have hide, you want go jack it off. And a boy way under 7 inches, no fear raise him voice off, and you tell him lock it off. And if you not get no happy ending or no muzzle tough, better him go tap it off. From you a wine and you a broke it off. Go ahead, baby, suck it off. Big right while up in your bumbo cloud and a puppy dog.
I don't want you. Say me wine is the wickedest. If you know I walk you off if it fits. Come but this shy for a little bit low. I know the vibes can't done. You look a little stress me come and make it better. No me have the wine anytime, any weather. Tiny whiny, slow fast, what you prefer. Girl full of style, so call me trendsetter. Turn up the sound, let me wine to the beat. Skin dark and smooth like my name Hennessy. Pulling me closer and closer to see. If this your bad girl, she know how to do it. Me tell them say, me not for wine on, me not for wine on, me not for wine on. Pop it up, pop it up. Me not for grind on, me not for grind on, me not for grind on. Rock it up, rock it up. When me wine, check the miracle ways. Follow me slow motion, please squeeze me and make me wine on, and make me wine on, and make me wine on. Rock it up, rock it up. Rock it up, rock it up. Rock it up, rock it up. Rock it up, rock it up.
Never stop.
If I good wine, you know if take it. If I great wine, you all the credit.
Oh, God, I tell you something. No, sir, I have questions. I have questions,
So much about the Jesus talk, right?
Oh, what a transformation, So this Jesus talk by oh gosh. Yes, to the listening audience, I have an audience that they understand. Don't worry.
Oh, good, because I have more.
Where that come from? Listen, let me tell you. I have an audience. I've been doing this for 4 years. I have persons that, I've been doing more interviews from October last year. Now where I'm on more stations, so I'm doing more interviews. And I have persons that keep asking me, when did you start doing this? How long you been doing it? You do it so effortlessly. I've been doing this for 4 years. This is like 4 years and which month we in May? 4 years and about 5 months. And I have an audience that understands when we jump from A to B because they know my shows are my personality. So it's kind of like don't be too confused if she go from she go from A to B.
Don't box me. Don't box me in.
But I'm loving the vibe. I'm loving the vibe with you and Xyclone on this song. Sometimes you listen to persons who do a collab and you're like, why she sound like she out of space and he's right here?
Yeah. No, me and Cyclone, like I said, we're like really cool. That's like my homie. He's like a really great friend, someone I can really call and talk to and everything. And I had Rockets Off put out like a couple years and everything, and he was like, "Look, I love this. Like, let's work." And I'm like, "Okay." And we did it, and so it was very easy. The chemistry was already there because we're cool, So it was a really good idea that he was like, "Look, we're gonna put this song back out there." I'm like, "Okay," and we did it. And there's definitely more for us in the future. He actually had me on his album as well. We did the song "Still I Rise,"
Mm-hmm.
so there's more collabs out there with me and Cyclone. So y'all just have to make sure y'all look that up.
Yes, I most definitely. But oh Lord, and Cyclone is so talented.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to get him. I'm going to get him on this show because I would like to do an in-depth conversation. All the persons that get on the this show, it's very in-depth. Talking from when you
Mhm.
started and all of that or whatever, all the good stuff or whatever. Because persons kept on asking for longer shows to be on longer with me, whether it be that they would like the sound of my voice or the comfort
I
stability.
think it's
Because
all of it together. You got the whole package.
yeah, because it's interesting. I have some of the professional artists. My other show, the signature show, is emerging and professional artists, and I have professional artists who have come on and said, "Oh my God, I was nervous before I start talking to you, but make so comfortable. I didn't feel like I did an interview." So,
Yeah.
and they and that show tends to be a little bit shorter, but this one is a little bit longer. And still, I have another show that's also a little bit longer as well. So I have three of them, and so now I find that persons are knowing more about me, and the audience is even getting much bigger. But we're not gonna say no to that as well
Yes.
because they get to listen
Yes.
to more of Miss Quanny because she is absolutely incredible.
Exactly.
But you are so
Thank you.
you are so effortless on that song with Cyclone. I'm really loving it.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you. That was like a fun vibe. It was like just really, music bring out something out of you every single time. Like you could literally write something about when I'm writing my songs, I don't even know where I'm gonna go with it at first. It's really just the beat take over. So like when I had that beat, it was not too hard to even just play around with it like that, and have fun with it. And then when you do it with people that you are comfortable with, like Cyclone make everything comfortable too, it's not hard to go ahead and just record and just, have fun with it and everything. So people can feel the vibe through the music. So I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm hoping that your listeners are enjoying it just as well. So like I said, there's more.
Tr-
There's definitely more.
Trust me, I am appreciating. Well, like I said before, I had an opportunity to listen to you years ago, and as I promised myself that one day I was going to have an interview, and it presented itself,
Oh,
and it's because I really loved your music then, and I must say the music that I listened to then compared to where you are now, I have seen growth. Would you say that for yourself? Throughout the years, you have
wow.
grown through writing and the profession. I mean, the production wise as well.
Oh yeah, I always strive for better. So I'm glad that it's showing, and I'm glad that you see it. I always tell myself I could do better than I did the last time, and it's a competition for me. So when I'm writing, I'm having more experiences in life. I'm having more people around me who have different experiences. It's not always reflective on me. So when I'm looking for videographers and recordings and everything, I want to be able to say like this is going to be better than the last one. So I do strive for growth, and that's what I'm praying everybody is seeing. So yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. Now, who are your influence? Like, who influences music? When you're growing up and you say, you know what, this is my favorite person in the world, and this is who keeps me going.
Oh dear Lord, I don't have a one person. Like I'm like you. I got multiple, personalities and like thoughts and moods and different things. Like so, I've loved growing up listening to Sanchez. I love listening to Toni Braxton, Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, Missy Elliot. Coming to the newer people, I love Janaiko, Chris Brown. I just Popcorn. Popcorn is a big one for me because Popcorn is like kind of like how Vibes Cartel is to me too. versatile,
Very
talented and
versatile.
versatile, but still, still stay true to themselves. So that's the kind of people that I like. Busta Rhymes, like for his videos, especially, like how he gets creative, thinks outside the box. Like everybody in the industry in some way kind of influenced my music today. I don't listen to just one genre. I listen to rock music. I like country music. I like soca, of course, from my Kittitian side. Dancehall, reggae music. All of it is so influential. So each of these artists, what they have in common is that they're so fluid with their music. Like they stay true to themselves no matter what the times are, who they're working with, what the beat is. They're just very creative, and I feel like those people to me that I named are like big artists, not just singers, not rappers, but they're artists because they paint a picture with everything they do. So that kind of helps me when I'm writing or when I'm coming up with video ideas to remember to paint a picture and tell a story.
Listen, I there's something I always say on this show, on all my shows. It's like when you ask an artist, a musician, who are their influences, either they're sounding similarly to their influences, as well as they take traits from their influences. So when we talk about that, that's one of the first things I realize about you is the versatility. Within your recordings, you're able to jump on different beats. You're able to, um, you know, just different vision in terms of the music itself as well. So yeah, I wasn't looking for a one-way answer. I just knew that it was going to be different artists of different genre. Yeah, different artists of different
Yeah,
genre. Yes.
my mom always listened to like all types of music, and my dad too. So that definitely helped me. It definitely influenced me up till now. Like music is definitely a mood. My first mixtape was called Moods Not Genres, so people could know like when you listen to this, you're gonna get different feels, but it's all gonna be an introduction of who Miss Quanny is. And then I did my album after that, Don't Mean to Brag, and working on a new album from this year. So make sure y'all look out for that. It's gonna be a different feel, but same still Miss Quanny.
I am looking forward. I am looking forward as well. I'm going to get in that later on in the show because I have some questions as well about what to look forward to, and
Okay.
about your new production. But before we get any further, I also had an opportunity to interview Janelle Alexia, author,
Nice.
and I also found out that you were in her fashion show. So you are
hmm
also outside of music, you model.
Um, I used to model. Look, I don't know if she got me modeling for this show, but I don't mind. Well, I'm supposed to be performing, but I do not mind modeling. I could walk. I actually literally did model until I realized I wasn't growing anymore, so I just kind of left it
No, no,
alone.
actually, she
But
didn't. She didn't mention about you modeling. I was reading something and I realized that you were artist on it. But I think you could
mhm.
dub as a model as well.
I look, I would love to. My style is so different and eclectic, and I love her fashion and just being a part of what she's doing. Like, if anybody ever listened to any of my interviews back when I was in Jamaica doing interviews, back when I was doing interviews in Maryland, like anybody listen to me know that I'm really, really, really big on supporting women in this industry, and that's like my top goal is to make sure like every female knows that I'm on their side, like I'm repping them, I'm rooting them on. Janelle has been, roaming the streets of Philly with her style for the longest and having people come through and wear her stuff and just seeing where she started off with what she created to where she is right now and where she's gonna go is like very exciting. So anytime I get the chance to be a part of that, just being able to sing on her performances or even show love or buy a shirt, wear a shirt, whatever. I'm glad to be a part of that because I know she's making history, and I know her story is gonna be crazy. She just did her book, so she got a lot going for herself, and I'm just really proud to be a part of that. To say like, girl, as a next woman in this industry, I'm bigging you up, I'm supporting you, and being on the show is gonna be the best way to do that. So if she want me to walk, I could walk for her. I do not mind.
Well, I think we both can convince her. I saw where it is that you performed, but what was the
hmm
reception like? Performing locally as well as supporting her. And I'm a big fan of supporting other females in this industry. I think we are so powerful,
Mm-hmm.
but I also think
Yeah.
that there are females who take away from what it is that you really want to do sometime and more turn the focus on what they want to do. But
Mm-hmm.
as you go through this entrepreneurship, scale, you're able to figure out these are who are interested in what it is that I do, and those are things that you will always encounter, whether it be within your own business and just life itself. So you have to pick and choose who is along for the journey, and
Right,
who claps
exactly.
for you, not only behind your back, in front of you, but everywhere, and has your back as well,
Mm-hmm.
and is there for support. So I think you can dub as a model. And I think I am going to have a conversation with Jen and say, listen, let Miss Quanny walk it up.
Yeah, thank you. Look, let me make sure I get these knees on point because I gotta wear heels.
Yeah.
But yeah, like for sure. It I haven't performed for it yet because it's gonna be on the 21st. So her show is actually May 21st.
Yes.
And that's when I'll be there and performing and just bringing her up again. But just being there, I'm excited to see what she has to offer because I didn't even ask for any sneak tips or nothing like that. I didn't want to no sneak peeks or anything. I just can't wait to see how she puts this together, and I know it's gonna open up some more doors. So yeah, we're gonna do this May 21st. If anybody's coming through to Philadelphia or streaming or anything, just make sure y'all join in on this because, like I said, this is history in the making. This girl is making moves. I think she did one back in December, like a winter fashion show. So now this is the spring fashion show. And, it's about to be summertime. Everybody looking for their summer body. Everybody about to be looking good. So this is going to be a nice hot topic.
Yes. I haven't had a chance to check out the fashion stuff as yet, but I promised her that I
Mhm.
will go on the websites because I want to check it out. I am into, I fashion things that are, I don't like stuff that everybody else is wearing. I like stuff that's
Yes.
very unique, and
Hmm.
has, something to it. So, yes, I am going to check it out. I can't wait. Of course, I'm going to check it out. And yes, it's May 21st, and if it is, because I'm going to be closer there, but if it is that I am up there, you'll be surprised that I'll be there as well to
As
see.
long as I get my picture, I am good. You get a picture with me, okay? Something for
Yes,
me to post up. People keep telling me I need to post more, but
yes,
gotta be a reason.
I am looking. I am definitely looking forward. I think that I may have an opportunity to be there, and I want to check the fashion out as well. I am so happy for her. Like I told her, I see her in various places on the internet when I go there, and I'm like, yes, that's one of
Yeah,
us.
absolutely. You see, like all Vershawn wearing her clothes. Like big artists wearing her clothes now. So that's really good look.
Okay, I haven't seen that yet, but in the book I've seen in various places because I have one. I have a book that just
Hmm.
came out, so I see her in various places that has to do with the book as well. But I didn't know
Okay.
about the fashion until lately, so I most definitely am going to check it out. And yes,
Yes.
I hear you. You appear to be a very strong supporter of her, and that's good. That's good. That's good. We appreciate that wholeheartedly. Um, but yeah, so you have been doing a few recordings over the years. Are these all
Hmm.
singles? Do you have an EP and an album that's out there, or are these all singles?
No, they're not all singles. Most of them were singles, and then I actually somebody was like, "You need to drop an album. Stop playing." And I'm like, okay. Because
Yeah.
your first album is like it's so fun to do, but it's a little scary, not knowing how people gonna receive it. And when I tell you, the first album did so well, I was very very blessed that I made like number 5 on the Amazon Music charts and number was it number 8 on the Amazon Music charts and number 5 on the iTunes reggae charts, and I made number 23 on the pop iTunes charts with this album.
So why you scared
It's
again? Why
it's
why you scared again?
look, like I said, I'm a perfectionist, an overthinker. I'm like, I gotta try something different. I gotta go harder, and I'm always in competition with my old self. So I want to make sure I can outdo what I did before, and not overdo, but outdo, just so I can grow and just make sure I'm getting authentic, feedback from people. So when it dropped and just seeing how it did, the numbers, the reactions that I got, people listening to it, people sending me videos of them listening to it, it was like, oh my God, okay, that worked out. But the album is called Don't Mean to Brag. I topped the top five iTunes charts with Sean Paul and Jazz Elise. And Bob Marley ain't going nowhere off the charts, so of course he was still number one. But it was just a real eye opening blessing that I was able to do that. And I'm following it up with the sophomore album, and most of the singles that people have heard, again, Brooktoff is on there. We have songs like Gum Body on there, which is like more of an Afro beats type song. Real One, which is like straight dancehall, a little badness talking. I have love songs on there. Time. I have Time Is Now, which is like more awareness of what was going on in 2020. I know that people know what was happening here and how our world is being turned upside down, racial division still going on, and just bringing awareness, but not in a sense that the album was all over the place. It was just such a really easy, smooth transition into different topics that I think people really enjoyed it and saw the vision. So, yeah, Don't Mean to Brag did its thing, and I'm hoping that the next one follows up and does better, and I keep going.
Don't mean to brag. Well, I tell you what, name the next one. I'm bragging. Listen, because I am listening to you, and I'm listening to the accomplishments that you got on the first one. And one of my questions to you was, did you think that you have grown professionally, as well as within your writing and your productions? To which you have realized that. So now you don't have anything to worry about. As long as you're writing, you yourself recognize that you're writing and your productions have gotten better. It's going to be better than the first one, because guess what happened? Since you did that album, girl, there have been millions of persons who decided they want to sing since then. The music industry is very saturated, so you can't get away from that. So whether you decide to put the album out today, or 2 weeks, or 2 months, or 2 years from now, it's going to be more persons that start this thing called music. Okay?
Yeah,
So
very
just
true.
do it. Just do it. Just as Nike would say, just do it.
Just do it. I am. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes. You're amongst you, if you are lined up against stars such as Janelle Alexia, right? Cyclone, all these people that are out there. And of course it is that I know that they will support you. Myself, I will support you as well with coming out and being able to share and say, go listen to her. You have great material, you have great vocals, productions wise, all of that. It's just
Thank
greatness,
you. Thank
right?
you.
So go for it. Don't see,
And
don't see that
we
way.
have the videos out there to match it. So if anybody is interested, go onto YouTube and type in Mzs Quanny, and you can see the videos that go along with the songs that was on there, as well as some new songs and new videos that's gonna be on the new album.
Okay. I love it. I love it. So, talk to me about the name. I'm always interested in an artist and the name. Before you answer, it's interesting. I have a friend from Ghana, and on his page, I saw a meme the other day, and I was laughing so hard. He had this meme on that says that how Jamaicans get their names, and in it there is this guy saying, he called this guy soon dead. So the guy said, why do you call him that? He said, oh, because in Jamaica that's how we do, and we call him that because him soon dead. Yes, cancer. So I had to laugh.
Wait, Gallus in Paris. Oh my God.
Yeah. I was in tears. I was like, but it's the truth.
There's always a story. Look, some of my aunties, I didn't even learn their name until a couple years ago. I'm like, really? So I know.
What is the story behind Miss Quanny?
Miss Quanny started recording in the studio when she was 12. So when I got in the studio, I was recording with like um, 11 Palmer, and it was just big people all the time. And I was amongst the boys all the time. So I was always the young one, I was the little one. But when they would hear my songs and hear what I wrote, they're like, you did that? You? 13, 14, writing songs that they know they can have on their phone. And it was like, yo, look a miss, look a miss. So for the longest, they would just call me look a miss. And then eventually it was Miss Quanny. And I love the name. I just was like, yeah, little me. Because I'm only 5'4.5", and here I am with these big people all the time. And it's like they listen and you got this tiny little voice. And then when you start singing, it's different. And when you're writing, it's different. Like, yeah, look a miss. So Miss Quanny come from that. Just standing out.
Oh wow! I tell you, I have a field day with every time. Like there's a name that stands out, especially for a reggae artist that comes out, and you ask them like, how do you come up with the name and the stories behind it? Um,
hmm
but as well, there's another storybook that Janelle might write, which is yourself growing up and being a singer and having them call you Miss Quanny. You never know. Sky's the
Look,
limit.
I got the whole story for her.
The sky's the limit. Well, you have a new release that came out recently and
Yeah.
last forever. I am going to jump to that track so that our listening audience could, hear about this new track. And when we come back, I'm going to have some questions about this new track, and we'll, vibe out. Okay?
Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
I took a picture of a small, small part of my me and you memory box. Just to remember how it feel being happy in a place that I am in you and I. How am I supposed to move on to a child that I don't include me in my boo? That's why I've been stuck waiting here for you. I always thought that our stars were aligned, but your vision was different from mine. But I want you to do better. But I thought we'd be better together. You love me or whatever. I thought that your love is forever. I want you to do better. But I thought we'd be better together. I love you, whatever. I thought that your love is forever. I want you. I thought that your love is forever. I want you. I thought that your love is forever. It's kinda silly being picky in a world where common dating is a tainted pool. I was thinking that this time will be right, and in the end, you're just a crazy fool. There is such a fear in moving forward, even if it's right. Cause I've been missing out on what I want for life. I always thought that our hearts intertwined, but that's severed. I still don't know why. But I want you to do better. But I thought we'd be better together. You love me or whatever. I thought that your love is forever. I want you to do better. But I thought we'd be better together. I love you, whatever. I thought that your love is forever. I want you. I thought that your love is forever. I want you. I thought that your love is forever. Things could get better if you love me. Make the effort. My love for you is forever. My love for you is forever. Things could get better if you love me. Make the effort. My love for you is forever. My love for you.
So yes, ladies and gentlemen, of course it is that. Yes, that is the brand new song "Last Forever." Quadi, I'm loving this song. I tell you, I have played two songs now, and of course it is that each of the audience is able to listen and know recognize your versatility, which is what I've been saying, that you're very versatile. within your career, as has there been anyone who have reached out to you and say, you know, I would like you on this song, and you turn them down?
Um, Not really, actually. I haven't turned any. Not really. I haven't really turned people down because I feel like I haven't really been approached by people who's not very talented or who's not going anywhere. Like if they're not pushing, early on in the career when I was pushing for my music, and some people would be like, "Yo, we gotta work together. We gotta work together." I'm like, "Yeah, sure," but if I see that they don't take the music serious,
Mm-hmm.
I don't, partake in that. But I haven't really actually turned anybody down and said like, no, I'm not gonna work with you. I can't work with you. So I'm all for building a team, and working with people. And I think like in the business,
Yeah.
relationship is everything. So right now this is business and this is networking and this is connecting and all of that. And when I come across people, I usually come across good people. I've been lucky enough to say that. So yeah, I haven't had to go through that yet. Yeah.
Okay. Have you dabbled in any other genre besides reggae, R&B? Have you dabbled in any other genre like hip hop?
I've actually, yes, I've
Yeah,
done a couple hip hop songs. I've rapped, believe it or not, and it actually came on.
I am gonna have to check out this catalog. Okay.
I have some friends like they're like rappers and they're big and they've worked with like 50 Cent and G Unit, the whole crew and everything, and like they were just playing one day in the studio and they was playing a beat and I'm like, yo, this song is kind of hot. And they're like, yo, you should rap on it. And in my mind, I was already writing a verse, but I was like, no, stop playing. But I was like, sure, let's do it. They played the song. I made a rap, like a verse, and then I made the hook, and it just came out so dope. And we put it out, and people was like, "Yo, what?" Didn't expect it. So yeah, I spun around in hip hop. I'm not really gonna turn it down. The honest to God truth is, I would love to do a bachata song,
Mm-hmm.
and I would love to work with a country singer at least one time, just as a feature. So yeah,
This
I'm not gonna make a country album, so.
the sky's the limit. The sky's the limit.
Hmm.
Oh wow. Mm-mm-mm. So
It's a big world, and like I said, I love connecting with people through music, so I get a chance to do that.
awesome. So talk to me about Last Forever. What was the backstory on this song?
Whew, okay, well, hope he's not listening, but
Yeah. Oh Lord. Mm-hmm.
um, so this song was definitely written about the love of my life. um, it was this person I was with, and I had like a Taylor Swift moment, I guess, and that was honestly my means of closure for
Mm-hmm.
us. We had a really great relationship, but it was just up and down. And I know that sounds very contradicting, but it was a really great relationship. He taught me a lot. He like really grew me in a way, and we just connected so well. And it was chemistry out of this world. People like hit you with the love at first sight kind of situation. It was like one of those kinds of situations where we connected right away, loved each other right away, but we just were good people at the wrong time. And it's kind of like in the story, I'm just basically saying like, I want you to do good, I want you to be better in life, I want the best for you, but I just thought it was going to be with me. And he actually reached out to me a couple weeks ago and it was like a little inspiration. He's like, I thought it was a little influence, didn't want to didn't want to take that on, but yeah. We're still pretty cool and stuff, but that is just really, I think, is a very relatable song when people get to finally meet somebody that they really consider they loved, or the person that loved them, and it's just not right timing. You just don't know what God got in store for you or that person. So it was one of those kinds of closure music.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Makes me gonna go back and listen to it now a little bit more because it's like when you write a good song, persons are able to dissect different parts of the song and
Mhm.
the way it works for them. They may not see this same picture, but that's awesome. It's awesome as well. No, I've had persons write me songs, but I've never written one for anybody based on
Yeah.
my relationship. No, they're not that lucky. When oh,
Some people like they go to the gym and that's how they get their stress out. Some people, they go painting and that's how they release. Me is writing, and it just happened to be like this rhythm was sent to me by Pink Lane Projects, and they were just really excited. They were like, look, we heard your music on Clubhouse. We really want to work with you. Like, it'll be really good for us to do some music together. And they gave me the beat, and I was like, "Ooh, this is pop music. This is different. I don't do pop music. I listened to it, but I never did it." So listening to it, I was like, "Yo, I like this song," and I couldn't think, "What should I write to it? What should I write to it?" But in the meantime, I was still going through this weird stage with that person, and deciding on what we were doing. And for some reason, it was just like I listened to the beat one day, and that story just came out. It poured out, and it just landed into those lyrics. And everybody was just like, "Look, this is it." He also was talking about, possibly having Sean Paul jump on there. So maybe there's a chance for a remix at some point. But I think that is a very telling story. I think that's something, like I said, people could relate to, and it kind of puts me in a funny place now when I listen to it. I can't not think of how it came about, but I do love this song.
well, the thing that for myself, I write for various artists across the world, and I write in different languages. But what I'm saying is that nobody that I've ever been in a relationship with, I've never written a song for them. Uh, they're just not deserving. But one
You'll
of the
get one, watch. So you'll be like Taylor Swift it up with me.
yes, I'm like, you break up with me, I'm gonna write a song about you. Wow. Okay.
Right. They'll know. You don't even gotta tell them. Trust me.
Yes, I know, right? They'll know right away. They'll be like, "Oh my God, she wrote the song." Yeah. Yes, but I love the message. I love the song. I mean, you did great on the rhythm as well. Now I find that even sometimes you'll have engineers or persons who give you a beat, and then you have to do more work than the beat will actually work for you. So sometimes you have the artist who works harder on the beat, to make it look good than the beat itself. So, but I'm loving, the pop thing going on here as well. So there you go. The versatility is kicking in. Now, when you go to for the future, when you're doing your album, are you expecting to do a versatile album, or is it going to be specific genre based?
I would like to say it's going to be more uniformed. But like I said, I have a certain style, so to me, it's never going to be completely off the wall. Like, you won't get an album with pop and then lovers rock and then rap on it. You just won't get that. I do want to make sure that everything kind of
Uniform.
matches up together. So the next album for sure, with this song being added on there, you can expect more upbeat kind of music, more pop type kind of music. But it's not going to be completely off the wall, and it's not going to be completely pop music. So yeah.
Okay. All right. What can the audience look forward to in terms of will there be collaborations on the album as well?
Actually, I realized I have not really done much collaborations on my projects, so I am definitely open to it. I'm still finalizing the album. I, again, just gotta make sure that it's perfect enough for you guys to listen to. So, what we have right now is like one collaboration on there, which is very talented artist in Virginia. His name is Ed Waby, and I'm actually finishing up a song with like Sean Kingston, and we're doing some more work too. So there may be some more features on this album than there has ever been before. The album will be called Always OSS. So y'all can look out for that, and just follow my Instagram and follow my Twitter and everything. Miss Quanny, I'm on everything. Mzs Quanny, and I'll keep you guys updated on what's happening with this album and what kind of songs we're coming out with. Definitely subscribe to the YouTube page. I used to hear people say it all the time, and I'm like, ugh, whatever. But now I'm like, yeah, subscribe. Just jump on there, press that button, and get the notifications whenever I have a new song out. I just want you guys to be the first people to hear it, and just tell me what you think about these videos and how you like them, and if you're getting the stories, and listen to my love life.
Well, a part of it. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I hear you. I hear you. I appreciate you coming through, and I will share your music with DJs worldwide as well, so they can have an opportunity to go in and learn more about you as well. So, and I will
Thank
include
you
it
so
in my
much.
other shows or my radio program as well. I appreciate you as well.
I appreciate you and your support and getting me on here. I can't tell you how happy I am to hear that you heard me years ago and that you love it. So it's really an honor, and it's really a very great opportunity to be here talking to you right now. I really appreciate that. I love the energy that we got going on, and
Yeah.
yeah, thank you for having me.
Yes. Shout out to Sean. She was the one who introduced me to you, and she was like, Miss Rose, please make sure you listen to her because he's the best. I remember her saying that, you know. So shout out to Sean as well.
Yeah, shout
Yeah.
out to you. Thank you, girl.
Yes. And I will be, if I'm in town or close to Philadelphia for the fashion show, I will check it out as well. And I am wishing you the best in terms of the performance itself. I'm going to be looking out for the album. And again, I will keep on sharing the new song Last Forever.
Thank you so much.
All
Thank
right.
you guys. Again, follow me. I got a lot that comes up in the summertime, so I'm pretty sure the Caribbean Festival coming up, the Reggae Roots Festival coming up. Like, it's a lot of different things that we'll be doing. I'm definitely gonna be big on the Philadelphia Carnival this year, so just make sure y'all follow along. You have to go on my Instagram. You have to follow my Twitter and the Facebook page and everything. So, Miss Quanny.
Miss Quanny. That's correct. MZSQUANNY. Okay? All
Yep.
right, there. It's been a pleasure. We're going to vibe out with Last Forever. Thank you for coming through.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye bye. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. I thank you for tuning in with Miss Quanny. Boy, oh boy. I tell you, very talented, okay? And right here on Music Connect Africa, we do not disappoint. Of course, this is the hub for music industry news, tips, insights, and each and every week we take a look at the entrepreneurial professionals who are the driving force behind the scenes. We do not disappoint, I tell you. It gives me great pleasure to highlight the players who exercise tenacity, drive, and whom create smooth operative systems for the masses and across various playing fields. Thanks for being here today, and do remember to support, okay? So go out, check out Miss Quanny across social media platforms. That's MZSQUANNY, okay? And for myself, I am Dr. Empress Rose. If you would like to locate me across the social media platforms, do check out Infinite Empress on Instagram, okay? Our capital home is International Stars. That's INTLSTARZ. And tune in each and every week where you can check us all the new happenings. Okay? Have yourselves a blessed rest of the day. Again, check out Miss Quanny across social media platform, and thanks for being here. See you next week, same time, right here on Music Connect Africa.